bodies here. It's so interesting. It's so cool. It's like they use them to study. Oh, I just realized what it is. So I'm doing a quest where they're teaching you about ki and a little bit of the healing and the meridians and whatnot. It has to do with that. So these are oh my god. Recording has to okay. I started recording. Okay, so I was wondering if I can take this game beyond the lore. I think I can. I think it's gonna be really interesting, especially this whole thing about healing. So I just did a quest where you find the first paranormal sort of situations in the game, and so you're doing the healing quest, and you find that there are different martial arts for the different sects, and everything is kind of like these hidden sort of communities of sorts. And after you do this quest where you see all these martial arts, you say something and you're like in the middle of the catacombs and you're doing this martial arts in secret, and you said my key is like all over the place, and then you wake up in this room which is so kind of weird and mysterious and kind of dark in a sense, and you can see all these weird bodies of sorts, and it's like cobwebs in the corners there. So these bodies, if you look a little bit closer, they got different points, which are the meridians, I think, and this has to do with acupuncture. Now that's so cool. That's so detailed. It's like so deep into the whole idea of acupuncture in Eastern traditions and so on and so forth. Now you might think, oh, this whole thing about acupuncture, it's all about just this new age and this nonsense, and it's not real and whatnot. And the reason why I can't take it beyond the lore, as I said, I researched all of these items of paranormal experiences and afterlife and how it connects to science and so on and so forth. I've been doing a lot of research on this, and it seems that acupuncture is a real thing, because what happens is that we all have this energy flowing through our bodies, and the reason why I'm gonna be able to take this game beyond the lore or Windsmith is because it has to do with all this ki and this energy. I wonder if they're gonna go deeper into that. So I was reading this research lately, the research that I've been doing, which says that there are literal photons in the human body. Now we think this as basic bioluminescence, but it's not basic bioluminescence. They also found out, and all of this research is coming from researchers from China who are looking into their ancient traditions and into their lores and whatnot, and trying to connect it to the science. So they are figuring out that we all have bioluminescence, right? So they think it has to do with metabolism and some other things, and it's like a natural thing, just like fireflies and some other biological creatures have this bioluminescence. But now, in some of the recent research, they found out that this bioluminescence becomes activated in places where an animal or even plants have been damaged. Where there is illness, where there is damage, there is this bioluminescence forming up. This bioluminescence is basically photons being activated. So, and it's like, well, why do we have photons in us? Photons are the particles of light inside our bodies. And now when I talk about this in this, when we talk about in this channel and in the research at large, is the idea of the light and how it goes beyond the laws, it goes beyond religion, and it ties to quantum physics, and how we literally have this energy within our bodies. Now, in this research, they found out that it's not only it doesn't only have to do with bioluminescence and so on and so forth. When things die, when animals die, when plants died, these photons that were all over these plants, these places where there were injuries, they vanished. The light literally left the bodies at the moment of death. The primordial energy, the prima materia. I was doing a lot of Beyond the Lore into New World, which New World got cancelled, and I was completely annoyed by it. The whole thing about New World is that they talked about the prima materia, they talked about this Aesop, this philosopher's stone, and I was very excited because it's taking the lores and this holy energy into something more scientific, something more akin to the new spiritism, spiritist movements, like with Helena Blavatsky and the modern occultism, which began in the 1920s with Nikola Tesla and the first quantum revolution. Now, New World got cancelled. We don't care about the lores. We don't care about this nonsense because it's not real. We're materialists. Now, this game is bringing me into this acupuncture. It's very interesting. So, as I said, that research suggests that at the moment of death, these photons leave. So now, some other pieces of research suggest that what happens is that when they use acupuncture in beings, what happens is that it opens these paths for these photons to get to the places of injuries. So this whole thing about ki and about this energy and this prima materia and this higher intelligence that seems to be in our bodies and could be our very own souls that vanish at the moment of death is a real thing. Now I don't know, well, I don't have like a big closure or anything like this, but I just love that this game is exploring this ki and this acupuncture and this healing in ancient Chinese lore, and it's bringing it up in this RPG MMO sort of deal. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but going beyond the lore is a real thing. I'm gonna start linking the research probably. I just wanted to bring that up because this is research that I'm doing in real life, and I'm seeing it in the lore. So maybe I will keep pushing the lore in this game. Very interesting.